Hey everybody, welcome back to the Nexus where we spotlight some of our favorite local businesses. Today I'm really excited to introduce you to our guest. He's an excellent client of ours. We've had a great time getting to know him over the last few years, and we're just really excited for you to learn more all about his business. So welcome to the show today.
Thanks, Renee.
Yeah, I've got Dan Klein Jr. here. He's an owner of the Waterford Assisted Living Communities, and we're just really excited to hear more about your story today. So we kind of like to start off the show just getting a little bit of background, like where you're from and just kind of maybe where you went to school and kind of how you got to doing what you're doing today.
Perfect.
Yeah.
No, thank you for the invitation and
Yeah.
appreciate being here. So try to do a little synopsis. Born in elementary years in Michigan.
Okay.
Moved to Nebraska when I started high school with our family, and so been here since the early 80s.
Okay. Where'd you go to high school?
Went to College View Academy, which is just
great.
north of Union College,
Uh-huh.
and then attended Union College and graduated from there.
Oh, excellent.
So that was my pathway through education.
A hometown.
Yep.
Proud.
For the most part, yeah. Elementary years in another state that I still claim, but
Sure.
definitely Nebraska's home.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You guys still have family in Michigan?
Not any longer. Well, I take that back. I do have one cousin.
Okay.
One cousin. Grandparents
excuse to go back.
have passed. Uncles have passed. So
It's a beautiful state.
yes, we
Yeah.
enjoy visiting.
Yeah.
Not very often get there, but yeah, Michigan's fun to visit.
Well, I know this is a business that's, been started by your family. So why don't you maybe give us a little bit of the history of the Waterford?
Sure.
Yeah.
Assisted living, we've been doing Waterford Communities Assisted Living here in Lincoln. We're exclusively in Lincoln, small family business, and we've been a little over 20 years. Our first facility we opened in 2000, so just over 20 years old. We actually got our background for my father, and at one time even my brother worked for us, my sisters worked for us, was in contracting, building homes.
Oh, wow.
So that's how we
Construction.
originally, had businesses here in Lincoln. Actually got experience with construction with another family business here in Lincoln, putting myself through college. So it was a skill set that we had, and then in the mid '90s started Regal Building Systems, and that's right now is just a property management company. We don't do new construction any longer.
Oh, interesting.
We haven't done that for probably 3 years now.
And was it mainly commercial?
Mainly residential.
Oh, okay.
And then we did commercial as a subset and smaller projects that we could take on. And that's how we got involved in assisted living, is we were asked to develop and build assisted livings for other clients. And we did that a number of times. I think in a 5-year period, we built 5 different locations for other people and ended up building one for ourselves.
Very
And that's
cool.
the Williamsburg location.
Okay.
So,
So you guys built that one from the ground up.
yes.
Awesome.
We had another one we built for another client, and we actually ended up reacquiring that 15 years later.
Interesting.
So we built it, and
They operated it.
they operated for 15 years, and then we were able to rebrand it and remodel it for a Waterford property, and that's our College View location.
Okay.
We
Well,
name them
and
by the
that's-
neighborhoods they're in.
That makes sense.
Yep.
Well, that's
Geographically, it helps.
probably sentimental to you having
Yeah.
gone to school there and college too.
Yeah,
So
yeah. So
cool.
and often our families, our residents choose a location sometimes by geographic location.
yeah.
So it's easy to visit their loved one.
Right. So tell us about all 3 of them, because you have
Okay.
Williamsburg.
Williamsburg, 40th and Pine Lake in South Central Lincoln. That is got the most flexibility and customization of room types.
Okay.
So we have small studios, large studios. We have 1 bedrooms, 2 bedrooms. Kind of our niche in the market amongst our peers is that we are smaller number of apartments per campus.
That is nice.
And
Here.
and what we try to accomplish. Not that our peers don't accomplish the same thing, but we don't have really long hallways that you look down and then you've got 20, 30 apartments. Our largest campus, our largest building has 41 apartments, and that's the Williamsburg location.
It is really nice, and all the residents would really get to know each other because it is a
Absolutely.
small community.
Yeah. So we have a dining room that, everyone fits in, and
cool.
that they're able to participate in the, dining services that we offer. And so that's the Williamsburg location, 41 apartments.
Okay.
Then our College View location at South 48th Street between Pioneers and Highway 2, well, not Highway 2 any longer.
Oh, yeah.
Nebraska.
Nebraska Highway? Nebraska.
I've lost the term. I'm not sure. I still call it Highway 2. Parkway.
Derek helped me.
Thank you, Derek. Thank you. So we're just north, probably 3 blocks north of Nebraska Parkway.
Okay.
On South 48th Street. And that's split into 2 different buildings, a building of 30 apartments and a building of 26 apartments.
Oh, nice.
So it's 2.
And then are there separate dining facilities for each?
In each building.
Oh, cool.
We have one commercial kitchen that
it
serves
a lot
both
more
buildings.
Convenient.
Yeah. But again, it's that communal, being able to have relationships with the other residents, and also, obviously, our team becomes very connected to these residents and their families.
Yeah.
And then our last location is Wilderness Hills. That's our newest location, about 10 years old.
Okay.
And is a specialty Alzheimer and dementia care facility.
Oh, that's great. I mean, that's becoming so much more of a need for families.
It is a big need.
So memory care. So you can offer both types of living for your patients.
For sure.
For your residents.
Yep. Well, there are families, there are residents, but we're in healthcare, so patient is often used as a term for each individual. But
it's nice though that you give them the dignity of their family and a resident. That's really cool.
Absolutely.
It's not surprising coming from you. I can tell you have such a passion for what you do, and I know how you really strive to make the experiences so much better for everyone involved, including your employees. And we were kind of talking, it's always, something that you're probably looking to hire. So maybe talk about that. Like, what kinds of people are you looking for? Yeah,
sure. We offer any kind of, all the services that you would expect in assisted living, from laundry services, dietary services, housekeeping, obviously, maintenance goes into that.
True.
And the oversight with the administration level, and then our healthcare team is the largest segment of our employee group.
Right.
So those are the positions that we generally always have an opening, is on the healthcare team, whether that is a caregiver, that is a non-certified position. Some people are familiar with the term CNA, certified nurse assistant. It's not a requirement in our license, but is something that some people come with as part of an education milestone. And then the other individual would be a medication aid, which is a certified position that you have to go through some training to be able to do that responsibility.
So there might be someone out there that really just kind of enjoys, being with older population, and they don't have to have a CNA, and they could come in and work with you. That's pretty
absolutely
cool.
We've done some of the job fairs that the Career Academy has done, and we've been able to get some very good candidates from that program that so right as they're in high school,
right,
and then maybe navigate to what their next choice after they finish up high school.
Well, I might have to offline talk to you. My daughter's looking for a job.
Okay, very good.
Side note.
Yep.
This isn't about me. This is about you. So tell us, kind of something else that maybe set you apart. I think it was fun. We were talking about just sort of the community activities that you guys have, trying to, make things fun for the residents.
We have activities in, besides sleeping, eating, this is,
showering.
The normal things that you and I do at home.
Yeah.
But in addition to that, this is our family's home, our residents' home. And so we've at time in marketing used the term that, we work in your home. This is not, this is not our business. This is your home, and we work in it.
Yeah.
And so that, to round that off from a social aspect, and just to, whether it's people's hobby interests or, bingo is always a hit. You always find somebody that doesn't like bingo,
obviously,
but the majority of people like bingo.
Yeah.
So that's done multiple times a week.
Oh, good.
But entertainment that we'll bring in, whether it's a singing group or we've even had, like recital groups from some of the little preschools that'll come in and perform a program,
how cute.
which, our elders just, love seeing the energy and creativity of the little ones that come in, and visiting pets.
That'd be a huge
There's
hit.
several organizations in town that have trained, pets, both primarily dogs, but sometimes we've had cats that'll come in that will come just as a monthly visit.
Aww.
Because it's a connection that our residents have from their past life of being more independent.
Yeah.
But we've got an activities team that takes care of those things that happen on a everyday basis. There's 2 or 3 activities planned.
Gotta keep it interesting.
Absolutely.
Gotta have some fun.
We want to keep them engaged and keep them vibrant, and not only learning having a relationship with their peers in the community, but just also just to feed that segment of that person of personal interests or crafts. Pets.
True.
I'm just
like
trying to think.
everybody's had like their own hobbies throughout their lives. Like not everyone can participate in golf anymore, so you have to have something that is fun to look forward to.
You learn their personalities.
Yeah.
I can think of a lady that we have at our College View campus, and every day after a meal, she loves putting on her apron and she loves cleaning up the dining room with our team.
Oh, that's so cool.
Not a responsibility by any means that she
just
has, but she likes contributing in that way.
Cool.
So that's, and those are things that we can offer and give value to that person.
Well, and so many people, I think they're hilarious. Like, I think they'd be fun to be around the residents. They're just, they've seen a lot of life, and
Absolutely.
they don't take themselves so seriously. So there's a lot of really fun people I'm sure you've met. But,
oh, yeah.
One other thing I wanted to touch on, I did mention your client. Why don't you talk a little bit about like what it's been like working with the team, and
Sure.
Just love to hear testimonials from our clients. So.
Well, I'm not sure precisely how we connected, but we had a need for migrating our website.
Yep.
And that was the first connection that we had, and then that conversation expanded into what are your social media needs, other blog content, and we've really just had a great experience with True North Technologies. It's been the team that you have here. They do their job well. They communicate well, and the outcome that we see in our website and our social media, we primarily focus on Facebook, which fits the demographics of our families. We've just had really good engagement with your team, and feel that
it's kind of nice partnership, because you have marketing staff that they're continuing to post as well, but we're providing some of that ongoing, consistent posting
routine
for you. And,
which
and
we're
so
not good at.
It's great when you partner in some of that, like the day-to-day activities and all that kind of stuff. So it's really worked well in that regard. And we've got to do that one cool project where we made the floor plans too. And so we've just got to work on a lot of different things with you, and kind of just see how your business is changing and growing, and keeping you guys fresh.
With
looking good.
With the size of our business, we don't have a lot of departments. We don't have a marketing department.
Yeah.
We have people that fit in some of those responsibilities, but having you folks design the apartment layouts that we can show and people can print off on our website was a valuable step that we did this last year.
Yeah, it's been great. It's been fun working with you and getting to know you over the last few years. So. As a business owner, I always kind of like to ask too, do you have any advice for other people that are in business, or things you've learned over the years that you might want to pass on?
Well, the first thing that comes to mind is just, I guess, for me personally, authenticity with not only there's an element of sales to our business to be able to describe who we are, what we do, and how does that fit your need. But we have to be authentic. We have to be honest, trustworthy, and those things can, if they play out in your personal life and how you do, and then carry over into how you do business.
Right.
I place a lot of importance on that.
Yeah.
And that it's there's not a business person in Dan and a different person in their private life.
Right.
To have that
That's
authenticity and to share that and get to know our employees on a personal level. That's it's something that I strive for, because they're a valuable part of our team, and
Right.
we don't do what we do without them.
Right. Exactly.
And so that's important, to get to know them on a personal level, and their joys and their sadness, and their struggles, and what do they want to do, even maybe when they leave the Waterford. We're not necessarily an in destination for someone's job choice.
Yeah, and how can you help them,
Sure.
progress in their career, and
Sure.
what can they learn here that they can apply somewhere else?
Absolutely.
So, that's great. I have that same mentality. I think, just pouring value into people while you have them and making sure they have a great experience. You said it's a great culture with your company, and I see that when I've been by. So
Sure.
yeah, well, this has been great. I really appreciate you coming in today. I know you're busy, and taking an hour to come spend time with us is really appreciated.
No, thank you for the invitation.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thanks for tuning in, everybody, and we'll see you in a few weeks.